Hi, my name is Jack Wathen, and this is talking about email expectations between generations. So I talked to my mom, who's Gen X. She's 53 years old. She works for a family business, doing administrative activities. So a lot of emailing, billing, things like that. When I asked her things to look for in emailing, she said that you want to address the recipient directly so they know that you're talking to them, what point you're trying to get across, to use complete sentences, and to be efficient, which she said they like to write emails that get the point across, but they don't overwrite and use too much language. Some things you want to avoid are automatically responding to all. She said they have accidentally sent an email to the wrong people and sent the wrong information to the wrong people. And avoid giving a price or a date that the work can be done unless they're 100% sure. So not committing to price of work, not knowing if that's correct. One thing she said never to do is not to use slang or incomplete sentences. This could come across as unprofessional. The second person I talked to was a coworker. He's Gen Z. He's 22 years old. One quote that he said here is he acknowledges that a lot of people he emails with know more than he does. When talking about construction management, I like to show respect in emails by knowing who I'm talking to and respecting that they are more experienced than I am. Going along with this, he also said he likes to ask questions if he doesn't know much about the subject they're talking about. This helps him learn and also just be more comfortable talking and making points in an email. He said to not write emails like you were texting a friend. So it kind of goes with not using slang or incomplete sentences, saying this can be disrespectful and whoever you're emailing might not take you seriously after this. And then he also said never incriminate yourself, which also goes with not making commitments that you're not 100% sure of. He also said never to forget to respond to an important email, which he said can ruin relationships. So if you have someone email and it gets lost in there, they might get mad at you or not take you seriously if you're not responding to their emails. So some similarities I found between the Gen X and Gen Z workers were that both mentioned that you should not make commitments unless you're 100% confident. If you make a commitment to a price, you might be held to that. And email can be a legal document, so if you say something's going for $100,000 and it was supposed to be $200,000, then you can be held to that, and you're going to be losing money. And both also mentioned that you need to use a professional tone and not to use things like slang or act like you're texting a friend. This doesn't look very professional, and emails won't reflect well on you or the company, and whoever you're talking to might not take you seriously. Some differences between generations was that Gen Z mentioned that you need to acknowledge experience of whoever you're talking to. Say you're an intern at a company, most likely you're emailing with subcontractors or an architect or something like that has more experience than you and knows more than you, so you don't need to act like you know everything. Then Gen X mentioned that you need to be careful when replying and not to reply to all if you don't mean to. Like I mentioned, my mom mentioned that they have accidentally replied all to an email and sent a lot of information to people that didn't need it, or maybe that it was in the wrong hands with them.